Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Super Ghouls and Ghosts four-way race. Get hyped, everybody, because we are bringing you maybe the hottest live-action race of Super Ghouls and Ghosts ever to be recorded. I am Enemy, and I am joined today by Telio1. Telio, what on earth can we possibly expect from this Clash of Titans?
Yeah, this is going to be the hypest race. It's going to be insane. Malcolm has promised revenge on both Sam and Fred because they beat him in the weeklies a few weeks ago. So he's out to get some big revenge on Sam and Fred both.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, we have weeklies every Sunday morning for this race, two or three races every week. And I mean, to give you an idea of just how great a lineup of runners we have, I mean, shoot, even the commentary. Actually, we're pretty high on the leaderboard to ourselves, and we're just sitting here saying words at y'all. But we got the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world at this game, Malcolm, in your bottom right-hand corner. The only racer Malcolm in here who has a 30. There's only two racers in the world who have a 32 in this game, and he's far and away the best runner in the world. Then we have number 4 in the world, Fred, on the upper right there. Number 7 in the world, I believe, d4gr0n, and number 8 in the world, Sam. And so we have one runner from each of 4 different countries, Malcolm being from Japan, Fred being from Sweden, d4gr0n from Canada, and Sam from the USA. So we have an international showdown here, and this is going to be an absolutely stunning race. Can anyone conquer the King Malcolm? Or will we see an upset? Will we see the master rule over his domain? Let's find out right here shortly. We're going to do a countdown and get the race started for y'all right here on Retrothon. It's the Super G&G 4-way race. Sit tight, everybody. We're going to get the countdown going and get the runs underway.
All right, guys, get hype and chat. This is going to be insane. All right, guys, countdown's coming in just a second. It's like our 4 racers are ready.
We just need confirmation from the champ.
Yep,
he says, you know what? You guys are going to wait for me because I'm the champ. All right, here we go. Here we go. Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, they will be off and running in just a minute. You see right down there, we have the audio set to the champ's account. It looks like he will be starting just a few moments afterward. Broadcasting his stream from Japan is going to be a slight delay over the rest of our runners. He's actually broadcasting from the furthest away from our servers, yeah. So we'll get it sorted.
The first thing to look for is the item that they get, and it looks like d4gr0n got the torch, Fred with the dagger, Sam unfortunately stuck with the bow, and the champ Malcolm got the dagger as well.
Yeah, the dagger is what our runners are really going to be looking for at this point. The torch is okay. They can work with the torch, certainly. The bow is going to be a little bit lesser. It's okay for this stage. Oh, and Sam taking the hit right there. So that is
a little bit of bad RNG.
That was not good RNG from the Flaming Skull, but this is somewhat beneficial because the upgraded bow can be really squirrely with how it works. So he may be okay. We see Fred in your upper right getting to the tidal waves first. He's actually going to skip a tidal wave trigger right now and get a second one to fall right after the first one. That's going to save him a little bit of time. d4gr0n following suit in the upper left. Malcolm as well. Sam making his way over there right now. Because he has lesser armor, he's going to be very careful not to take any hits here. I don't think he's going to take a safety death here. I think he's going to press on.
I think he might. We'll see if he wants to jump back and get the armor. It looks like he's going to opt out of doing that. So he'll probably just keep on going ahead and pushing straight and just playing it pretty safe with the bow.
Yeah, we see he gets the steel armor pick up there, so he has that extra hit that he can take. Of course, all armor only gives you 1 extra hit in this game. This game's reputation precedes it for a reason. It is a real nasty customer.
Get the bronze armor out of the last chest from this section here. That'll be his 6th chest, so he should be able to recover the bronze, which is pretty good.
All right, so
Fred taking the early lead.
We see Fred off and running in stage 2. d4gr0n following close behind, Malcolm right on their heels as well. And Sam using the bow to the best of his abilities. As you see, he's getting right underneath the cockatrice, so that way the shots from the bow cannot get loose and cause him to be unable to fire. Now, what we're going to see from all of our racers here is a damage boost right in here, which is a very brazen strat in a game that's known for just walloping players. But you see right there, using the Mimic Chest is Fred, able to bound over that platform and get across to the next ship. They're also being very careful not to spawn an extra chest, which you actually see Malcolm do right there. So now Malcolm's going to have to change up his strat as he goes down into the water here to avoid messing up his armor progression, because by the end of this area, our racers are going to want to have their gold armor.
Let me see Sam opting out for the... We'll see if he wants to do the damage boost here. I know if he doesn't have... Oh, wait, he did get the dagger.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, he got the dagger, so he is loving life right now. And d4gr0n has actually switched to the bow from the torch. Now, on its face, not a great idea. The torch is okay for this stage. It's fine, not great. The bow is not great ever really in this game, but the reason he got that item is because if you keep picking up weapons when you need one, the game will continue to give you weapon drops from its in-stage weapon drops. So every 3
avoid all of the statues that you see there to guarantee weapon drops.
Exactly, yeah. So if every 3rd enemy with a jar can drop a weapon, and as long as you keep picking up those weapons, every 3rd enemy will continue to drop the weapons. So he's trying to convince the game to keep giving him weapons and hopefully end up with a dagger before the end of this stage.
It's kind of the same thing. If you have the dagger, you want to kind of hope for a weapon drop and then just avoid it. So
exactly.
That way you don't get any more weapon drops.
And
so you see Malcolm doing that, and Sam as well.
Exactly.
Right now, they look all to be really close. We're just kind of all looking up and trying to send d4gr0n some RNG bless to get that dagger so he can keep pace with the rest of the runners. That's the scythe. That's a little unfortunate. That's not terrible, but most runners would... Worst. I think the bow would probably be the worst in this stage, just because it shoots upward, and the scythe, at least when you're crouching, kind of takes a downward angle, so you can deal with the fish a little bit better. Here, Fred and Malcolm are coming right up on the chest trick here. Chest off screen and jump back to the left and open up a chest. It looks like Fred does it nicely, and Malcolm as well. And d4gr0n's right there. Ooh, he barely gets it with the scythe.
It's very difficult to get it with the scythe because the scythe can only have one weapon on screen at a time. So your fire rate is much slower than it is for the rest of these weapon options that our players have. Yeah, but what they're doing is spawning a chest off screen and then going back to the right and sequencing back, getting another chest to spawn, because all of the chest drops in this game are based on 2 things: which number chest it is in the stage that you've seen, and what your armor level is when you open that chest. So as you can see, all of our racers have gotten up to their gold armor, which means they have magic power now. d4gr0n switching back over to the bow. I think he's going to forego the scythe here. Oh no, he actually switched back to it. Interesting choice, because
I would definitely choose the scythe.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a close.
Well, for the magic alone, I mean, because as you see there, he has the cyclone magic, which is not supremely powerful, but it will cover a large area of territory, and that's going to be good fighting the Storm Caceres here because it's a big enemy, and he could throw all sorts of little conch shell missiles at you. So you got to be very careful. You see right there, Fred setting up the quick kill, going to fire his dragon, start charging with one of the attack buttons, mash down with the other attack button, get those extra hits in, and put the Storm Caceres away. Malcolm following suit straight away, gets it done. It looks like d4gr0n is actually going for scythe strats, just using the straight weapon, and Sam I Am charging his dragon ready to go. As we move on to stage 3 here, and this is really where business starts to pick up in this game.
Yep.
Oh, and right there, the red imp going after Fred and biting his armor away. So now Fred is going to be, he's going to be naked at least through the checkpoint, probably looking to take a safety death once he gets there. But he's going to be very diligent. You see how much more careful he's being than Malcolm, who is enjoying the advantage of armor, who also loses his shield there. That is 100% intentional by Malcolm, because the shield, just with every other sprite in this game, causes lag, and lag reduction is a big part of top-end play in this game. So Malcolm gets rid of the shield and keeps going, and it looks like Fred's actually going to collect the steel armor for safety strats here. So he is playing it very careful.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
And that's going to give d4gr0n a little bit of a chance to get back in this, but only gets the lance out of the weapon chest right there. So he's playing it very safe. The lance is actually kind of a lesser dagger in a lot of ways. Unfortunately, when it's upgraded, you only get one projectile on screen at a time. So you're really losing a lot, not only just rate of fire, but also damage output per second.
Right, so Malcolm's heading up to this towers section. Towers is can be pretty scary. You have random bats spawning from each side of the screen. And also those little gargoyles that you have to break with 2 daggers apiece. Looks like Fred is having a little bit of trouble with the reamer. There he goes. Nice, very nice.
So you saw there's a bunch of different ways to skin this cat, being the red reamer. Fred kited him with him, and that was fine. Malcolm just straight up whooped him without any worries. We'll see. Sam, I actually didn't catch. I don't know if he used magic or if he went straight up with him. And you see d4gr0n right there using the lance magic to his advantage to get rid of the reamer. It is actually pretty decent magic.
Its magic is pretty nice because it also one-shots the reamer, and it's actually a little bit quicker.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have our first death right there. Fred taking the hit on the tower section. That is a pretty nasty death. The good news is for him, he's going to be able to get his armor back as long as there's no other nonsense going on. Oh, and we see Lady Arthur for d4gr0n right there. He runs afoul of the magician with gold armor. That's going to turn him into Lady Arthur. He's fine now. You lose 5 seconds of Arthur time when that happens. Meanwhile, Malcolm,
the animation is so good.
Malcolm getting over to the Death Crawler, the boss of Area 3, and we will see if he goes for the quick kill. I bet he will. Oh, okay, yeah, he's setting it up. Oh, and like a pro, the champ reigns supreme here.
No problem, easy.
And I'm here to tell you, if you make any minor miscue on that fight, the Death Crawler hits you and you are out. You are doing that whole second section of Area 3 over again. Meanwhile, speaking of doing it over again, d4gr0n in your upper left-hand screen, he's taking the death, so he's going to be starting over. He's got a torch now. Not a terrible weapon to have at this part at all. Fred making his way through with green armor, and Sam I am now jumping into second place, and he's setting up oh no, I'm sorry, he's gone for the safety kill. As you see, he goes over to that other platform. Much easier time, much lower risk than the strat imposed by Malcolm.
d4gr0n takes a little hit again, so it's a little bit unfortunate.
d4gr0n thought about picking up that lance right there, but said, no, you know what? We'll go with the higher damage output. The torch, of the base weapons in the game, the torch does the most damage.
And I know personally, d4gr0n actually really prefers the torch.
He runs torch percent. Yeah. And right there, he prefers the torch, unless the dagger's available, because there he goes, making the switch. He finally gets it here in Area 3.
And Fred gonna go ahead and do a quick kill there to catch right back up and head into the ghoul's stomach.
And now Malcolm,
on the way almost to the side scroller. Yeah, he is pulling a little bit of ahead.
Yeah, he is showing why he is the best in the world by a mile at this game. He is just putting the pedal down.
He's looking for that big revenge against Sam. All business today in the Discord chat.
Well, I tell you what, Sam's keeping it fairly close here. I mean, anytime you're within a minute of Malcolm, you're loving life.
Sam is a very consistent runner.
Definitely.
He is definitely, him and d4gr0n both like to use really nice, safe strats and just play very solid. And Fred obviously has a little bit better of a PB than them because he goes for a little bit slightly riskier strats.
Yeah,
really consistent.
Fred recently getting onto the sub 35 list, beating my time, in fact. So congratulations to him. An awesome runner who has done so much for the community in educating new runners about how to play this game at high levels. And it's great to see him join the very limited ranks of sub 35 in this game. It's tough, man.
It's a big accomplishment. It's something that I've been trying to get for a long time.
And you're right on the cusp, too. But as we see d4gr0n now on the cusp of starting in Area 4 right here, using naked dagger strats to get through the fight. Not a problem for him. As we see Malcolm putting down the Hydra, getting a pretty solid pattern, it looked like, with a 453 on the timer. So now he is on to the stage with my personal favorite song in the game.
Yeah, level 5, it has really nice music. I like the ice music a lot.
One of the things that you'll see from Malcolm, you saw it right there, his aggressiveness. Malcolm plays as though he has zero fear of this game. He
just wills the game.
Yeah, exactly. He just bends the game to his will. That's exactly what it looks like. He's jumping right into these flowers, no hesitation, knowing that every shot that he fires will be true, and that level of confidence really picks up the pace over the course of the game, because I can't tell you how easy it is to be crippled by fear, by the consideration of what might happen in this game. That is the enemy of speedrunning in this game.
Sam joining Malcolm on this snow level here on the deep chill. Malcolm with a nice little jump up there. That's pretty tough to do.
And here you see once again, no time for magic. Section. Oh, Malcolm now going to be cutting the Aremer along with him. He went for the nice flow kill right there, all in line. Did not quite get it, but that's okay. The Aremer will follow him for a while. Malcolm probably won't worry about him too much, because as long as he keeps moving. Oh, Malcolm was trying to borrow that platform there from the Woo, that ice shooting bear, but unfortunately the ice stream was a little bit too close for comfort, so he takes the easier way out. What's Malcolm going to do? Whoa! He is able to duck underneath that shot. And I'm here to tell you, that hitbox is very iffy, folks. That shows the level of confidence that Malcolm has in his abilities and his positioning, because that could have gone sideways real badly for him. Meanwhile, the Aremer you saw just went off screen. Problem. So he's good to go now. He is fighting BL Allison, the Frozen King, and he should be good to go. It looks like Sam has picked up the green armor after suffering a death, I believe. So he will he'll be making his way back through. Malcolm now on to the palace. Fred making his way through. So Fred now jumps back into second place as d4gr0n is just about to finish up Area 4's auto-scroller, and he'll be joining everyone on stage 5. But it's Malcolm now who is not, once again, okay, now he's used the magic to get the double kill. He set that up perfectly. 2 Aremers down with 1 magic cast. That's efficiency, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a really tough strat to pull off. That takes a lot of practice to be able to manipulate that bottom Aremer to go where you want him to. If you mess it up by just a little bit, the Aremer can swoop at you. He can go in the wrong direction.
And there again, you see that Aremer manipulation. Yeah. Malcolm knows if his shots are off even by a little, that Aremer's going to go in a different direction, probably right into him. But no, Malcolm executes and gets the Aremer to move exactly how he wants. He borrows the platform, goes past without even have to worry about getting the kill. And he is done with Astaroth. Yep. So we are nearing the end of Loop 1 here, as Malcolm has made his way onto stage 7.
He is on a pace.
Yeah,
he's on a higher pace right now.
Yeah. I mean, a sub 15 into Area 7.
He is on a pace, ladies and gentlemen. That is insane. He might have a 50. It's going to be close. He might have a real high 15-minute loop, but it's definitely going to be low 16s.
Oh, and he gets the J jump. Oh my goodness. We call it the J jump because only our Japanese runners are super consistent at it, but he just crushes it like it's nothing. And he is on through past the cockatrice. It is amazing. That cockatrice, yeah, that cockatrice hitbox is enormous past his head. It kind of goes back past his plumage, and you have to be pixel perfect with your jump to make it.
There's an example there of Fred,
no problem.
The weird manipulation that it looked like it didn't work out for him. He tried to jump up there and get it, but the Aremer didn't cooperate, so he had to do a 2 dragon kill. It only cost him about 2 seconds, so it's not the biggest of a deal.
All right, so Malcolm now using his magic again to kill Astaroth. Oh, the late laser. That's going to delay the spawn for Nebiroth a little bit. Malcolm backing up all the way, going to use his magic and now throw some daggers at Nebiroth. Nebiroth, much easier to deal with than Astaroth, but there we go. Okay, so Loop 1 done in a 15:48.
Wow. That is, oh my lord, dude.
I think
that is some kind of pace. We might see, I think he might be on pace for a 33, honestly. That's going to be really, really, really close.
Can you imagine a 33 in a race setting? That is...
Yeah, I've never seen it. I know in the weeklies he can get a low 34, but I don't think I've seen a 33 in a race setting.
So, I mean, not only is execution paramount in this game, and not only is slowdown reduction paramount, but I mean, we're dealing with RNG in every last stage in this game, from bosses to enemy movements with the Areemers and everything else. Things really have to break your way to get a quality time. And, you know, for those of us who have you know, come up against or just dipped our toes underneath the 35 waters, I mean, you know, that's one thing, but for Malcolm to be at the level he's at, and you know, in this setting, to have that execution crossing over with the, you know, a favorable run from the game itself, being, you know, relatively cooperative.
Looks like d4gr0n's going to finish up level 6 here. Malcolm, he's going to try to lose the shield as soon as possible on level 1, and there he goes. He already lost it, which is really nice. And on loop 2 with the shield is very, very laggy. It's really bad.
It's terrible.
So losing the shield immediately is a really good strategy.
And again, a very bold strategy, because if there's any mistake there, he's not going to be losing his shield, but also his armor, and that's bad news.
Looks like Fred with a solid 17:25. That's
yeah,
really
absolutely.
Solid
That is a great race time. We really can't stress enough how beyond amazing Malcolm is playing right now.
He is out of his mind right now.
A 16-minute first loop, anywhere in the 16-minute range, is wonderful. So to get a 15 is just out of this world great. That is the level that Malcolm operates at, and no one else can quite hope. You know, everyone has to hope that Malcolm slips a little bit to you know, get them in there.
Sam's gonna finish up Neburoth here. He's looking like to be a low 18s. That's really nice. And d4gr0n's coming up to the Mimic section to finish up his loop as well.
Yeah, I mean, d4gr0n's definitely had the toughest road to hoe through this run so far. I mean, starting out with those first 3 stages without the dagger is a really, really bad situation in this game.
In a race setting, it's also it kind of hits your nerves. You kind of are just worried. You're like, am I going to get the dagger? When am I going to get it?
Yeah, I mean,
it's such a big important thing of this game.
I've done races with Aquas, and he's gone the entire game without ever seeing a dagger. So you know, I mean, it happens. That's the nastiness of Super Ghouls and Ghost. Their basic design strategy was, what can we do to screw with the player more? And then they did that. So yeah, so I mean, when you conquer this game, and you do conquer it, you don't just beat this game. It's such a satisfying feeling.
There's a reason whenever Malcolm runs, and a lot of runners, whenever they beat the game, they like to let the credits roll out, because it's an accountment, even being a speedrunner.
Absolutely.
To beat the game.
In some ways, even more as a speedrunner, because we're so picky on the things that go wrong, and you know what we want to see out of each stage. But yeah, it's a great ending too. It's such a triumphant fanfare that plays for you.
It shows you all the enemy names, and it shows you Prin's measurements, and then you get to ride off into the sunset on a horse. It's great. Fred, or Sam, looks like he's going to try to lose his shield as soon as possible here on level 1. Malcolm on level 2 is going to try to find a weapon drop and leave it behind so he doesn't have to worry about it the rest of the level. Keep your eye on when Sam loses that shield. Looks like Fred already lost his shield, and he's getting close to that cockatrice here. Running up level 1 right now. Ooh, Sam with a little bit of a bad coffin spawn right there. That's not a very common coffin spawn right after that jump. Taking a hit there is a little bit unfortunate, but he should be able to recover all the way to green armor by the end of the stage. It usually only costs you about maybe 10 seconds. Ooh, that's a really close, another unfortunate coffin spawn for d4gr0n. It's really rough. So unfortunately our 2 runners on the left had a little bit of bad RNG on loop 2.
Yeah, and I can't even tell you how many times you get through a solid loop 1, you're feeling great, and then 2-1 just starts to eat away at your soul right away and crush any dreams you had of a PB. That's the brutality of this game, and that's why we hate it and love it at the same time.
Oh yeah. Looks like Fred just got done with this damage boost. He's going to get off the ship section, hopefully nice and clean, and then go onto the raft ride. Look for that chest trick again to recover his gold arm. It looks like Malcolm's coming right up on it pretty soon here. He's going to deal with this first siren, and then do the chest trick again to recover his gold armor nice and clean. Sam's coming up on Cockatrice. Looks like he's going to get a nice clean kill on her. Dagger and playing it nice and safe in the boxers here on level 1. I can't blame him. It's Loop 2 level 1 is really, really rough, and when you get hit into boxers, it's really nerve-wracking, especially when you're real close to the checkpoint. You don't want to die right here and have to play the whole beginning of the level again.
Oh man, okay, what's Fred gonna do here? Oh, he wanted the armor so badly, but he said, you know what, that axe is right over top of it. I think that was the wise decision. Having steel armor for this boss fight coming up is not the end of the world. If you have Dagger, he should be okay to go for Storm Cesaris, but now he's not gonna have the magic available to him. That's gonna cost him some time. But if he had picked up that axe, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter if he's got gold armor, platinum armor, diamond armor, he's in a bad state of affairs, because that axe is no good ever.
The axe is actually worse if you recover to bronze armor in this stage in particular, because the trajectory of it goes straight up.
Yeah, again, you know, you talk about the developers doing whatever they can to confound the player. That axe is basically a useless weapon. It offers very little reliable usage for defeating
enemies.
enemies.
A lot of situations.
There's really not
level really that you would prefer the axe over the dagger.
When the tri-blade is more beneficial than your weapon, then you know you're bad.
It looks like the good thing about having the dagger in Fred's situation here is if he gets a good pattern from the Storm Cesaris, and if the boss goes up, it shouldn't be too much of a time loss, because you can kind of just stun lock the boss with a bunch of really quick dagger mashing and baby rage.
We got some baby rage for Fred. Let him know, chat. Baby rage. All right, so he will be, by spawning that chest, he will be able to get steel armor out of this one, so Fred's good to go, at least for the time being. Dagger in your upper left is about to take the D-boost. Sam making his way through about the halfway point of the water section, and meanwhile Malcolm expertly losing his shield right there.
Malcolm is just an execution monster. Like, the one thing about him, like, he's fast, and the thing about it is he just executes. Like, he doesn't make mistakes.
There's no mistakes. There's maybe the game acting a fool, but there's no Malcolm making a mistake. That doesn't really happen.
Like, I've seen his when he streams and he makes them, like, I've seen him do an entire run with one hit and he got a 33, and he will literally go back and replay it, and it's just a random bad RNG from an imp on level 3, and like that's his only mistake, and it's not even a mistake, it's just RNG.
Yeah.
With this boss, hopefully he can get a good pattern. If it goes down, it's going to be a pretty big time loss, but if it goes up, it should be okay. Nice. Malcolm taking care of that Reamer, no magic, no problem.
That is also a pretty difficult Reamer to take care of without the magic. Not that it's necessarily going to kill you, but the timing is very tight on getting your dagger. Timing and position are very tight on getting the daggers, just so that you kill the Reamer. Otherwise, he'll follow you, and that causes a little bit of lag.
Unfortunate for Fred. We must be careful of 2-2 boss. Big meme in the Super Ghouls community. Malcolm, one of the times that Fred beat him was when Malcolm died to the 2-2 boss.
Oh yeah, that's brutal. You're losing at least 3.5 minutes if you die on that boss.
Straight time loss. Yeah, the raft ride itself is 3.5 minutes of side scroller.
Oh, looks like okay. We got those issues sorted out on Sam's stream. Everything's good now. And yeah, Malcolm, as you see, he is.
Malcolm with the swag jump off of the platform to shoot the bat behind him. That is that's like. That's the big revenge, man.
And now it is the Goblin Waterfall here. So these goblins are going to be coming out, or potentially coming out fast and furious. So far, it looks like he's got a pretty clean ride. We'll see what happens. There's one, jumps up and hits it at the high point. The last one spawns pretty safely behind him, and Malcolm is loving life right now.
Yeah, he's going to go for, I bet he's going to go for that.
Absolutely, he's going to go for it.
1.1 seconds.
Gets the swag hit in there to actually prevent a longer fight, just in case his dragon is off slightly.
Very nice. Very nice.
He's dropping the hammer, folks. You know, it's going to be tough now. There's a lot of stages left, and you know this game can go any which way. But you know, Malcolm is doing Malcolm things.
Yeah, Fred is definitely looking to be the level 2 or the.
Oh. And right there, great kill by Fred to keep it moving. Even though he's naked, he says, you know what, we're not going to take the intentional death here. We'll pick things up as we go.
He should be able to recover to his bronze armor with the last chest on the level, as long as he remembers to spawn the chest on the tower 2. He should be able to get all 6 of his chests. armor here and only lose maybe about 10 seconds as long as he doesn't die.
We should point out when we say bronze armor, we do mean the green armor. That is officially what it is. It is bronze armor. It's really tarnished. What can you say?
Yeah, it threw me off that it was the bronze armor. I always just call it the green armor. It could be considered maybe copper, I guess.
Right. But officially in the manual, it's called bronze armor. Alrighty, so we see Malcolm, d4gr0n ending one auto-scroller, Malcolm starting another one. Oh, and Sam running afoul of the d4gr0n there. That he
got caught on the ladder. Oh no!
You hate to see when a big enemy like that just walks into you and you have no recourse. That's just nasty right there. And Sam going forward now. We'll see if he takes the intentional death to get his armor back.
I think Sam is going to take the death 100%. In a race, I think you kind of have to. I mean, you can keep going if you're really confident, but I think it's the safer play is definitely to take the death.
Bronze armor acquired by Fred there. He is playing it a little safe on these moblins, or excuse me, the goblins. It's not Zelda. Oh, and the axe dropped on him. He had to be careful about that, but he makes it through. He's going to have his upgraded daggers for this fight. Won't get the quick kill, but will probably get a one cycle all the same on Deathcrawler here.
He should be able to get a nice one cycle. You'll see him jump right in the middle of the hitbox because this boss's hitbox is really wonky. And as long as you're right in the middle of him, you can kind of just continue to jump and you should be okay.
And Sam now getting his steel armor back. d4gr0n is making his way past the fiery section of stage 3, and Malcolm now back onto the Hydra. We'll see if it cooperates. If the Hydras are overlapping with each other, it takes damage every frame that you're attacking it, so that's what you want. There you see the two heads go down that were overlapping. The third one not far after, and he gets a 434 or 454, excuse me.
That's
which
really
are pretty
nice.
solid.
Not perfect, but really nice.
You'll take that in a race every time though.
Oh yeah. Sometimes the Hydra can be really uncooperative and have one of the heads just stay up.
Oh yeah.
It's really, really unfortunate.
Look at that kill from Malcolm. He jumps towards the flower before he fires a shot, knowing that he's going to get that mash in and be no problem.
You'll see him shoot 3 daggers and then whiff one. That's actually a really high level technique where it's called, you basically store a boosted dagger so that way he can kill the flower extra quick.
So we saw right there, d4gr0n lost his armor and chose to take the intentional death. That gets his armor stack back up on him. So he's got his steel armor back. Starting the towers of Area 3. Sam finishing up the towers, getting through the Goblin Niagara Falls. Malcolm now into the Ice Snakes, one of the heaviest RNG parts. Look at the jump right there. The fearless maneuvering. That is exactly what you want to do. Jumping up past the Ice Snakes onto the platform, over the Shield Knights, makes it look easy, folks.
That is a really, really tight jump too. To jump through the shield guys, it's a really, really tight jump. But I really think he's going to get a 33 here. He might even get a high 32.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Astaroth and Nebaroth cooperate, and of course how Sardius cooperates, because Sardius can certainly delay out a run a bit.
Looks like he has the Reamer chasing him. That's no big deal. He'll chase him up until the next avalanche here. It just adds maybe a little bit of lag, maybe a tiny bit of time loss, but it's not a big deal.
Fortunately, there aren't too many enemies in this area, so it's not too big of a concern. As you see right there, he reclaims his shield. That's in order to ensure that his magic charges faster. It can absorb a hit, but that's not the point of the shield for the speedrun. The entire point is that your magic charges faster, so you can get an easier magic attack on this fight.
Genie spawns right there. That was really unfortunate for Sam.
That's going to cause a tremendous slowdown.
Genie time, yeah. Alright, Malcolm moving on to stage 6. Let's see if he gets the nice Reamer, double Reamer kill with one magic cast, which always feels really good.
d4gr0n getting the quick kill in the upper left. Fred in your upper right. Dealing with uncooperative Hydras while he is naked. That's never what you want to see. He's got to watch out for the fire blasts from the Hydra as well, and he's really hoping that he doesn't have to go to the second form of the Hydra. And he does not, so he saved that there.
Yeah, going to a second cycle on the Hydra is kind of a big loss. It looks like Malcolm played it safe and went for a 2-dragon kill. Can't blame him. On loop 2, the Reamers can be a lot more aggressive.
Sam I am there taking an intentional death to get his armor back for this section. Probably not strictly necessary, but discretion being the better part of valor, especially in a race setting, just decided let's get a little bit extra protection. Usually if you do take a hit in this moving platform section, you're eating it anyway because you're going to get knocked off into the abyss. But for the Hydra, and right there, well, as soon as from my mouth to God's ears apparently, takes the hit and boosts over. So it all worked out for him. This is why he's racing and I'm on the commentary.
All right, Malcolm is on a pace. He's at a 31. Oh my lord, he can get a 33 for sure as long as these next two bosses cooperate.
All right. So you see he gets the cockatrice to go real low and jumps right over the head, no problem. And now he is picking up the Goddess Bracelet. That is the MacGuffin of the game. That is the weapon that you need. Oh, and that's super fast. A reamer kill, no problem whatsoever. Oh my goodness, the swag is at untold levels right now. So the Goddess Bracelet is the item that you need in order to be able to get to the final boss of the game. Otherwise, you will just keep looping back to Area 6 on the second loop of the game. So you actually go back 2 stages, not just to the beginning of this one. And
it kind of takes you back to the castle.
And you want to talk a little bit about like how the Goddess Bracelet becomes a real hindrance to the runners?
Well, the problem with it is the damage is based on proximity to your enemy. So if you're far away, it does basically no damage. If you're close, it does a lot.
And he was close to that Astaroth right there because holy cow, was that a fast fight!
Dude, this is a sick fight. He's gotten a lot of hits on this. Is he gonna laser jump? No, he opts for the safe strat.
So that armor loss right there is not only is it not bad, it's actually pretty good because he loses his shield. Now he doesn't have to worry about that extra little lag as he goes into the final fight here against Sardius.
Wow, at a 32-40, he goes into Sardius. That is insane.
If he gets good cooperation here, he's got a 33 locked up. Oh, the first pattern is, I mean, Malcolm can hit him at any attack speed. He's got fast, medium, and slow patterns. You want a faster medium ideally. Malcolm doesn't much care either way because he's Malcolm. And this should be a 2-cycle, folks, and there it is. Yep. And he's gonna have like a 33-15, something like that. and we should point out, this isn't Nico timing. This is not the SDA standard timing. So this time would actually, I think, be like just over a 33. This is almost a 32 for Malcolm, who has dominated the race. He has absolutely put on a clinic right here, showing why he is the greatest runner of Super Ghouls and Ghosts in history. Just an absolutely dominant performance. Well done, Malcolm.
Yeah, what a run. What a run. Like, he's, 3 seconds slower than a 32 in a race with SDA timing?
Yeah.
That is just absolutely filthy. That is just dirty, man.
You can't say enough about the amazingly high level of play of Malcolm. I mean, there aren't enough superlatives to describe just how good he is at this game. And, you know, he put on a show right there for you all. So, I mean, by all means, you know, give him his propers.
What a run, guys. Like, that is... Not only is he like the best runner of the game, like he's also just such a great guy, and just the fact that he just participates in all these races, no big deal, dude. He's like just putting on a clinic and showing us how to play Super Ghouls and Ghosts. So guys, if you ever want to learn how to play Super Ghouls, just watch Malcolm and do what he does. It's easy, guys.
You know, do what Malcolm does, but like 2 minutes slower. That's pretty much everyone else's strat. Oh my goodness. Well, let us switch audio over to Fred here, who is, you know, on himself having a blazing pace right now.
Yeah, Fred's looking to be on a 36 pace, which is really, really nice.
36 in a race. You step over your mother for that. It's ridiculous.
Well, it looks like Fred and d4gr0n Sam and d4gr0n are looking to be right on good pace. So it's going to be really close for third place. As long as Fred doesn't take a big loss here. Fred is not trying to curse him or anything, but he is a little bit known for having a rough Astaroth Nebroth fight. Let's see if he can get that 36.
Very good strategy to take care of Astaroth right there, getting him down. And now on to Neburoth. Neburoth much safer on normal mode than Astaroth. Not really a concern. That you always breathe a sigh of relief when you get through the Astaroth part of the Neburoth fight. Oh, okay. The lasers came out a little bit at a weird timing for Fred there, able to land. Oh, goes for the laser jump in the race. I love it. Oh, what a boss.
What a swag, dude. What so good. Just for swag, man. Just to show he can.
And it looks like Fred's going to be sliding in with a low 36. Oh, there we see the slow pattern. Oh, and Fred pauses. Oh, he makes it past the laser. The laser hitboxes are a little bit awkward. Oh, he jumps through. Fred clutching it out right now. My God. Amazing.
The hitbox to jump through those lasers is actually so close. It's so tight. Might get a 2-cycle. No, maybe.
Oh, Joe. Yeah, oh, the boost actually helped him out. He's going to get the third cycle in here, and that's the kill. Now it's all over except for Princess Prin falling. Oh my gosh, that fight from Fred was ridiculous, and he's going to slide in with a 36-33, it looks like. 35 maybe.
That's a great race time.
That's insane. Are you kidding me?
That is a great race time. GG, Fred.
Don't be fooled by Malcolm. A 36, really ever, but especially in a race, is out of this world good.
That's great. That's Fred showing why he's currently number 4 in the world right now. He really knowledgeable at this game, really smart, knows all the recovery strats, and he's also very consistent. He's really good at Sardius as well. That pause buffer is no joke. Hard strategy.
That was. I don't think I've ever seen a more exciting Sardius fight than that. And I've seen my share. That was something else. That worked out so well. It was a 3 cycle, but it was the most exciting 3 cycle maybe of all time.
The boost into the platform, no big deal.
Oh my goodness!
Looks like Sam and d4gr0n are pretty close. Sam is slightly ahead here, but it can all change with the Astaroth and Neberoth fight. The boss patterns can be pretty rough, so anything can happen here with.
All right, Sam now starting the Astaroth fight. So far, so good this first cycle. He's getting some good hits in, jumping over the laser, and should be able to put him away here very shortly. Oh, cooperative fire. Oh, man. Okay, so we're going to a 3rd cycle here for Astaroth, but no problem. Very early 3 cycle for Sam. And now it's on to Neberoth. That sigh of relief has been breathed. Oh, my goodness, and he gets the stoppage pattern. So he is just crushing Neberoth right now.
Pattern, yeah. I call that the do nothing, just stand there and just get it with a bracelet over and over.
Yeah, that super cooperation from Neberoth is always appreciated. And Sam now will be on to Sardius.
Real solid fight. And d4gr0n, unfortunately, is going to have to go through Astaroth with the
oh wow, this is
boxers on.
This is an unenviable position because, man, especially for for Astaroth to still be alive. What happens now is d4gr0n cannot cancel the fire blasts. If you have gold armor, you can cancel those out. His attack travels a much lower distance. As a result, it does much less damage at higher distances, at higher ranges. So he has got to be really close. Oh, and he gets the do nothing pattern. Meanwhile, Sam, he doesn't have to do anything anymore because he is just beaten Sardius, and he's going to slide in with a low 39 here. Man, these runners right now, just crushing Sardius.
Yeah, looks like that was a really solid 2 cycle. Really nice Sardius fight from Sam. GG to Sam. Really solid race.
All right,
looking to finish it up here. Let's hope that he can finish it up really nicely.
d4gr0n now playing safe. You have to play safe here. There's no other alternative. You have to back up when he goes to the left.
You have to let him zone you. That's the unfortunate thing about the being the boxers. When you have the gold armor, you can just cancel the fire and stay a little bit closer.
But for the lasers,
have to wait.
There he goes. All right, Neberoth is down, so we will be on to see our final competitor finish this one off, and it's going to be a low 40. It looks like, as long as Sardius is cool. And let's get the audio going here.
Let's see how the Sardius patterns want to go for him. Looks to be like a ooh, yeah. That's a bad spot. That's a bad first cycle there.
He's got a pretty good second cycle. Those were some nice hits.
I'm not quite sure if he can get it in 3.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to finish it off. Oh, and he misses the platform on the jump. So unfortunately, we're going to go to a 4th cycle here. Should still be a 40. As long as he's able to get up there now. Okay, yeah, he should be in good shape. This should put Sardius away. Oh, there he goes. All right. And now as soon as the princess hits the ground, we will have our final competitor crossing the finish line. Ah, he gets the swag slide.
Hey, power slide. He wins. He wins the race.
All right.
He's the only one with the power slide.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. GG to d4gr0n. What a race. Awesome race, man.
Oh my goodness. These runners put on an absolute show for everyone. If you are not following any of these racers, you are living your Twitch life the wrong way, my friends, because these guys are just absolute killers at this game. Give them all the dap, give them all the love that you can. They deserve every last bit of it. awesome job from all 4 of our racers. Going over the lineup once again before we get out of here. d4gr0n finishing in 4th place with a 40.48. Sam I Am in 3rd place with a 39.06. Fred in 3rd place with a 36.35. And your grand champion, both of this race and of Super Ghouls and Ghosts in general, Malcolm, with a stunning, a shocking, an incredible, and unfathomable 33.19 race time. The champ is here, ladies and gentlemen, and he has put on a show for you all. And congratulations to all of our runners. Well done, everyone.
Great job to all the runners. That was a really hype race. That was really close. That was really nice. So honestly, Malcolm put on a great show, and Fred, obviously, with a 36, is really, really solid. And Sam and d4gr0n kept it together and had a really nice race as well. That was just, it was awesome. It was everything I hoped it would be.
That's all you could ask for, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, the race night has not ended here. Oh no, because coming up next, we have a Ghouls and Ghosts arcade race featuring world record holder DOSBox Falco and Aquas. You're not going to want to miss that, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get that switched over here. It'll be a few minutes. We'll get back up and running right here on Retrothon on RGL TV. Stick and stay, everyone. Ghouls and Ghosts race coming right up for you in just a minute.